Good afternoon, my friends. It's getting kind of late in the day for me to be doing a shave, but we're doing one today. Life got in the way, it's what happened. Today we'll be using fine Italian citrus. This is their 21st century base, the new base, not triple milled. I'm real fond of the triple milled old ones, and this is kind of a foray for me into their softer. It's a softer, almost a croapy soap, but this is just a few seconds of lathering with it. It's incredible, good stuff. Smells just as good as it did before. It's a winner still. Our razor today, this is a 1971 Gillette Super Adjustable. You can tell they have the black handle. And they're good razors. Adjustable, it's kind of like an iteration of the Slim. They just went to this aluminum barrel. We'll be using, it's a Wizamet blade. Now let's get to it. Not a lot specifically again in history. We're kind of in a lull, but there's stuff happening, and we'll talk about that a little bit. George Washington and Thomas Gage, the two generals, facing off at each other between Boston and around Boston. Still, they must talk to each other like an old married couple, because it seems like they're accusing each other of mishandling each other as prisoners. And what I'm gonna do if this doesn't stop, but at the same time, let me dial this one back a little bit. At the same time, they both think that it was sober heads could still settle the British and American situation without a major war, which is kind of neat. But recent happenings, because this is how, talking about how quick, fast history stuff is happening. Recent prisoner exchanges and stuff started things down the road of treating, British anyway, treating their prisoners as combatants rather than as rebels. It's a subtle difference, but what that does is they have to be treated differently. But tell that to King George over in England. There's a little bit of a time gap here, but it's all happening in kind of the same time period. Coming up on the 25th, King George is going to issue a declaration declaring the colonies in open revolt. Going to slam the door in the face of anybody who's hoping for a diplomatic solution, and puts us squarely on a war footing. It's kind of a shame. If he was being kind of a jerk about it, to be honest with you. Looking at all the cards that were on the table, the Continental Congress had issued the olive branch documents appealing to King George and to the Parliament let's try to settle this. Here are our beefs, and let's try to work this out. And I think there were people working on that. And George, who does, I don't know what kind of interaction the king and parliament have at the time, but he kind of, if he had people working on an amicable solution, it was not the declaration to make. He must have had a bad morning. Somebody put something in his Cheerios, I'm not sure. But that's what happened. So you got to see in the history stuff, things are going to get a lot less pleasant between colonies and Britain. Ultimately, going to lead to large scale things happening. In the meantime, right now, things are relatively peaceful. There's still skirmishes. Everybody's harassing each other, taking prisoners and exchanging them, and they're worried about how each set of prisoners is being treated. So there's obviously something going on, but there's still that little crack of a door until 10 days from now, and probably a couple more weeks after that. So let's look at the beginning of September, when things are really going to get spicy, because it takes them a while to get the news. Can you just imagine what General Gage is thinking when he gets that kind of stuff? He's thinking, and had said in a letter to George, hey, wait, maybe we could work something out. There's still a chance. If you, in the tone of what they were talking about, if you don't abuse your gun finally, there's lemon. Get it while you can, because they're not making it anymore. Just enough too. This is the old formula. Fine. I got a new one here. I didn't look to see, is this still in the box here? If it's still made in, well, it looks a little different. It's in a different shape, little different shape bottle. Let's see. Manufactured for blah, blah. This is made in Italy. Can't tell where this was made. This may be a German formulation. This may be an Italian formulation. Yeah, let's not open that yet, because I shouldn't have more than one open bottle going. I got enough open bottles up there. I don't need to add more. This is the Acqua di Parma Colonia fragrance. Good stuff. It's a nice summer fragrance. I'm gonna put this one back in the box and put it back up on the shelf. But that's it for today's shave. Great shave, using some really fine classic equipment and fine soap. So thanks for watching. I'm Major Rich. You find me at theshaveandcountry.com. You might be seeing on my YouTube channel, Safety Cat Studios. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you'd leave a like, subscribe if you're so inclined. I'm 5 shy of my first goal of 500 subscribers. Getting closer to it, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.